Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. There is stuff to talk about, so let's get right into it. Checked out this week. Micah, you watched A Quiet Place Day 1?
Yeah, I watched Quiet Place Day 1. Quiet Place Day 1 is, I can't believe there are three of these movies, first off. Lupita Nyong'o it proves why she is a tremendous actor. Her character has terminal cancer, right? And she is bitter and just jaded, and and all this stuff happens. And the movie is essentially a character piece about her kind of coming to grips with her situation and seeing and getting her humanity back, right? Getting her will to live back.
Okay.
It's a really, really good performance. And the movie would be fine if it was this performance without all the stupid alien shit, because none of the alien shit makes sense. This is the smartest dumb movie franchise ever, because the second you take one moment to think about what these aliens do or how their powers work, it's, and look, the aliens, I get it. They're a metaphor for some sort of, existential event that will eliminate humanity. It's not about the aliens, it's about the people, but it is about the aliens. And it's about human beings' will to survive, right? The first one was a dad movie, and human beings and what this super dad will do to save his family from this existential threat, right? The second one is a little bit of a blur. I remember some of it, but it's what a community does to survive this existential threat. And the third one is this movie where this person who is going to die anyway still finds a reason to survive, still finds meaning in her life to try and survive this existential threat. And I get it. My issue is the aliens, yo. They don't like this is a prequel, right? This is the day one, right? The first contact. You don't know anything about these fucking aliens. You don't know how they came here. No questions are answered. The franchise is not moving forward. It is quite literally moving backwards.
I was going to say it's a prequel.
But usually prequels give you some sort of insight into the world.
That is the only purpose for them.
There's none. There's literally none. It doesn't make sense, right? The aliens all come and shit happens and nobody knows what the fuck to do, right? It's New York. It's one of the loudest cities in the country, and if not the world, and people just kind of figure out to be quiet. They just kind of figure it out. They don't explain it. They don't explain how they figure it out, right?
That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
It doesn't make it.
That doesn't make any.
I've never seen any of these movies. When you guys saw the first one and you were like, "This is the premise," I was like, "I'm good. Just let me know when another franchise comes out," because it doesn't sound interesting to me, because the premise seems incredibly silly, and what happens in it is exactly what I thought, which is an inconsistency of how the aliens work. They can hear to be over 2 seconds.
At one point, the aliens can hear shit from a mile away, and then they can't. People are sometimes they can hear a shirt being ripped like that, but they don't show up when the loudest noises are there. At one point, because it's in Manhattan, the government is trying to, I guess, round them up. But the government is just flying helicopters and blasting all this noise, I guess to try and lead them somewhere. I don't know where, right? Because they keep doing it, right? You keep hearing the helicopters and shit just flying around. This movie's dumb, yo. This movie's dumb.
So there's literally no explanation of why they're there. What's their vulnerabilities, or what's their purpose? None of that. They
don't figure out the vulnerabilities until the end of the first movie and into the second movie, where there's a certain frequency that the deaf child in the first movie, spoilers, the deaf child in the first movie has an earpiece to try and assist with her hearing, and that particular frequency is troubling to them. So the aliens, whose only power is super hearing, can be defeated by a sound. Like, it doesn't. It's so stupid, yo. If
their hearing is so sensitive, why don't they just blast the loudest sounds possible to blow their eardrums out? Or whatever.
Do they have eardrums, Terrence?
Exactly, whatever they use to hear. If that's
their mouths are eardrums. Their mouths are eardrums. You open your mouth, they hear. There's an eardrum in there. That's how they see or whatever. Oh, I got to talk about this one thing before I talk about this movie. This movie, look, if you like these movies, that's fine. I've seen all of them. I'm not throwing stones. But if you tell me that you watched this movie and you were rooting for that fucking cat, you could just turn this shit off right now. All right? I don't want your patronage. I don't want your listenership. I don't want you to ever listen to us again. Fuck that cat. Fuck that cat. And everybody all the characters who are trying to, it's an emotional support cat. First of all, it's a cat. All right. I don't like animals, especially dogs. I got a personal vendetta against a dog, but I would have a dog.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's your fault.
We learned a couple years ago.
Nope.
Nah, he gonna try to gaslight. He gonna try to gaslight y'all, just like he tried to gaslight us about earlier technical issues. Get the fuck out of here.
Nope. No. But I would have a dog before I have a cat. And
Cats don't give a fuck about anybody.
Cats don't give a fuck about you. They don't.
No, they'll eat your corpse if you die in the house. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, they gotta eat. They have to eat.
Dogs ain't gonna eat it, man. Dogs are good.
So yeah. Look, if you're a fan of this franchise, go to it for Lupita Nyong'o's performance, and then just check your brain at the door, man. The problem is I've watched so many movies, I can't do it. I try, man. And I can't check my brain at the door when, like, there are so many inconsistencies with the existential threat.
How was Joseph Quinn in that movie? The white dude.
Not needed at all, because she's in hospice. Okay, she's in hospice. She's incredibly bitter. We established this in the beginning of the movie, and there's a nurse there, a male nurse, who is there, and she's being bitter to him, and he's like, "But I'm your friend. I'm doing this because I'm your friend, and I kind of have your best interest at heart. You got to trust me." She don't trust nobody because she's about to die, right? She's got cancer. And then, for reasons that happen in the movie, that character is not around and is replaced by Joseph Quinn, who I feel nothing for this character, because he just kind of comes literally out of nowhere. He literally comes out of nowhere and just kind of bonds with Lupita Nyong'o's character, and she doesn't want him to be there. It's weird. The structure of the movie would have been better if it were the two characters that we saw at the beginning of this movie going on this journey together. No, it's Joseph Quinn. I guess he was fine, but just his character is not. I know you're not supposed to rewrite the movie. I'm rewriting the fucking movie. Like, that character should have been the nurse, or you should have had the nurse go through this journey with Lupita Nyong'o. That's what should have happened in the movie. It would have made more sense. I will
you
not
like
be
the
watching.
movie?
I will not be watching. I liked her performance. Look, some
Also, the
guy came
performance
out.
was great.
Her performance was excellent. So there was another guy in the theater with his wife, and he came up to me. He was like, "So, what'd you think of the movie?" And I told him all this, and he was like, and I said, "I won't be seeing a fourth one." And he was like, "Yeah, me neither, pal." He's an old white guy. Me neither, pal. It's because I'm old and white. I'm not white. I'm old, and I go to the movies.
Somebody else
Early.
someone else is having a senior moment. Wow.
Yeah, I should be running for president. I can run for president.
You should be replaced. Yeah, all right, that's cool. I'll just point out that there's a real article here in the Hollywood Reporter. A Quiet Place Day One director interviewed only about the cat. So this guy gets 12 burning questions about the cat Frodo. I'm dead serious. This is a real article. Yeah, he answers 12 burning questions about his breakout animal character, Frodo. Everyone assumed we wouldn't pull it off. So, I don't know. The cat's pretty important, Micah. I think you're just being a hater.
Fuck that cat.
Everyone loves that cat. It's two cats, actually.
See? Look at that. It's just like the Mary Kate and Ashley, right? Like it's the Olsen twins of cats. Good.
Fuck
Great.
that goddamn cat. I don't know what it is about people. They like animals more than humans. I just don't get it.
You've never had a pet. It's because you've never had a pet.
I had a fish.
It's better than people, yo. The animals are better than people. Like they are.
I've had a
fish. They're loyal. They don't let you down. And they might throw up on your carpet, but they don't let you down. All right. Terrence, you watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
No, I did not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was also Micah, bro.
Yeah, I watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. This movie's fine. It's fun. It's too long.
So angry.
I think we've kind of run our course with these movies.
Not as good as the Matt Reeves movies?
No. The CG and the special effects look great. They look really good. Which is very difficult to pull off. When it's a lot of daylight scenes, right? And two, you're doing special effects for, things that the human eye knows exist, right? So it's a little more difficult to kind of overcome the uncanny valley, but they pull it off because it's all in the eyes, right? And they look like real creatures walking around. The problem with this movie is that it's a perfectly fine movie that is 20 minutes too long. The big issue with this movie is that all these Planet of the Apes movies are starting to run together. So, and there's nothing really distinguishing this movie from the others. Which one was the one with Koba? That is my favorite.
I mean, that's all of them. I mean, I guess technically it's the last two. What is it?
Koba was running was on the horse.
Yeah, Koba was in the last two. But he went straight fucking crazy in War for the Planet of the Apes.
Whatever one that one was, that is the best one. To me. And this movie, so this takes place like 300 years or something after the events of the last movie. And Caesar is a Christ-like figure, right? He's a Christ analog, right? And you have these, you have our hero tribe of apes, and they get overtaken by this other tribe who invokes Caesar's name, right? Like they're fundamentalist Christians, right? And they are led by a guy who calls himself a king and says that he is Christ-like, right? He calls himself Proximus Christ. I mean, Proximus Caesar, right? Like, and the hero ape, he meets someone who knows the teachings of Jesus and is like, nah, yo, Jesus wasn't like that. Caesar was like this, right? Like this is Caesar preached no ape on ape violence. Thou shalt not kill another ape, right? He worked with the humans. He worked with his enemies, right? Caesar was a good guy. He was all about peace. This motherfucker, something was lost in translation in those 300 years, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah, that seems to happen with, you know what, go ahead.
And Proximus is like, nah, yo. He takes a quote that Caesar says and he warps it to his own twisted ways, right? Apes together strong, right? And he's just like, you know what that means? That means that we're supposed to rule, right? We are the dominant class. We're supposed to dominate because we are strong, right? I get it. All of this shit is not lost on me. It's pretty in your face, right? The issue is that, you know, the movie's kind of long and kind of plotting. Action is good. Effects are good. And, you know, they work with a human, but like they're not all buddy with the human. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's also the human's a white lady.
Yeah. Can't
trust them. even these monkey men know. Can't trust them. Can't trust them. Look, this movie would get Umar Johnson's seal of approval.
No, I'm not seeing it.
I
think it's ridiculous.
That's the funny thing on the internet. What you talking about? He's hilarious.
I mean, he as a comic, he's absolutely funny as hell. As a serious person, I'd rather never hear him talk. Yeah, okay. I love the Matt Reeves movies.
There's an Uncle Tom human in the movie, yo. There's an Uncle Tom human in the movie.
Human? There's not an Uncle Tom monkey? Because that seems
There's
like
an Uncle Tom human in the movie. An Uncle Tom white man.
Oh, damn.
That's
Oh, is there?
Well, they can flat out talk in
humans?
this movie now. Like the monkey, the apes can talk now, right?
Yeah, just straight.
Oh yeah. They having conversations like, you know, you two monkeys.
Wow. Thanks.
That was racist.
You get banned on YouTube, like, and it's gonna say no ape on ape violence. Like, see, that's fucked up. All right, Micah, topics, take it away.
Matthew Chauncey is set as the new writer for season 3 of Marvel's animated series X-Men 97 at Disney Plus. I know you're not supposed to. They say you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. To that, I say that's why books have covers.
Yes, that's a stupid saying. It makes no sense.
And I'm looking at this cover, I'm judging it a little bit.
Here's the thing.
A little bit.
Here's the thing. I didn't finish the last season of What If because what if I cared and I didn't? I did not think this season was good. And here's the thing.
He wrote this season or last season?
I think he's written all of them. I want to find What If interesting, but it feels like it stays in this small box. Like, I like the ending of that. What was it? That first season, right? Where you got all the characters together and shit like that. That was dope. I didn't mind that. But this newest season, I found to just be uninteresting. So does that necessarily mean that his work on X-Men 97 will be bland? No, it doesn't mean that, but it leaves something to be desired. Like, I didn't expect, like, oh shit, that's Bo DeMayo's music. Like, you know, I wasn't expecting him to come back or anything, but I think they could have made a better choice. I don't think What If is that incredible, but I didn't finish it. So maybe I missed the last like 2 really, really good episodes, but it was a slog.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a slog, but I would say that they don't take the premise and really kind of have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what's the difference between Thor in the MCU and Party Thor in What If?
Right. There's nothing, dude. Like, make him the polar opposite. Just a complete polar opposite.
Just have fun with the concept, and they don't really do that in What If.
I think they're trying too hard to tie it to the MCU. Like, it's actually an ability. You actually have an ability to just make characters either more like the comics or just some extreme version story of the comics. Like, why haven't you done like evil Captain America? Or is it like, dude, there's so many like wacky things you could do and really go for broke. But like they seem to be just trying to keep people inside the MCU and just like changing the edges just slightly, which becomes very uninteresting to me. So, Terrence,
so I'm looking at him and I'm like, it's a white dude.
Yeah.
This X-Men 97 had a particular vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very kind of catered to like people of color and like the minorities.
Yeah. Of all kinds.
Keep it at that. Like, yeah, exactly. Keep the minority in general. This nigga's not a minority. So, like, I don't know if his writing is going to be able to keep the same voice. It's not. I think he can try, but I feel like it's going to be a little different. Because DeMeo did the first 2 seasons, right? He had already written the first 2 seasons with some other writers.
Or largely the second season.
Right. The majority of it, right. And this is the 3rd season. Whenever this comes out, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see, but I don't trust it. Just like Micah said, we'll see. But I feel like it's going to be different. It's going to be different. It's going to feel a lot different from the first season, most definitely. And I don't know how it's going to resonate with people that absolutely love the first season of the show. Good luck.
Like, is he going to...
We still don't know what the fuck Paul DeMeo did. We still don't know 100% know what happened.
The rumor...
Got thrown off the set.
The rumor, which I don't buy this as a rumor. It doesn't seem to make sense to me, but the rumor is that he had like an OnlyFans account and they wanted him to shut it down. And that's what...
he's slinging dick on OnlyFans or some shit? Like, what the fuck was he?
Yeah, like apparently.
That are not...
But here's my thing. Like, it doesn't feel like a reason to... That doesn't feel like a reason to fire the guy. Like, if that's the reason, that's a stupid ass reason, by the way. Like, hey, you shouldn't have an OnlyFans. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Like, all right, I mean, whatever. Like, it's okay. Like, to me, that's not a big deal. Like, I could see that maybe that argument if it was like one of your big actors, right? Where people have like they see him, but like, who the fuck knows who Bo DeMeo is besides us fucking super nerds who watch this shit, you know, and like read about it. No, the average person doesn't know who the fucking showrunner is for X-Men. Who cares? So, but if like Robert Downey Jr. was like showing his dick on OnlyFans, yeah, okay, fair enough. Like that would seem to be an argument, but that's why I don't. That doesn't feel like the logical answer. But we'll see. But I do agree with you, Terrence. I think like is he going to come up with like the line like Milky Way ghetto? Like he's not going to write that. Like that's an insane line. But only a black dude can write that, and it's like, you know what? It kind of works like that. If I was reading that and he wrote that, I'd be like, this feels offensive, Jake. What are we writing this for? Why'd you put that? Yeah,
what is this?
Like, why'd you put that down? Excuse me, Matthew.
Yeah.
So,
and as a person, as a collective that did this show with someone named Matthew, it really doesn't.
Nah, that'd be a wild statement.
It don't sound the same. Okay, those first couple episodes do not sound the same.
No,
as these episodes.
No,
how old is this dude? Maybe he's like a millennial, like a uber liberal level.
Maybe.
I'm my fucking nerves too. But anyway,
yeah, but they don't want to like. Again, they wouldn't say Milky Way ghetto. You know what I mean? Like that would be,
offensive.
How old is he?
Triggering to some people, so they wouldn't want to say it, even though it's fucking hilarious.
Nah, that's a very good joke. You should say that. Look, I don't know. I don't know if he could pull it off. I think the voice will change. Does that ultimately matter if the writing of the show is good? For most people, probably not. Will I miss Professor X like literally taking niggas to school on like racism and shit? Yeah. Like I would like more of that. Whoever, I think what ultimately matters is whoever writes the live action X-Men needs to be looking at season 1 and 2 of this show and using that as inspiration. I think that would be the smart money. So we shall see. I mean, look, maybe they'll be in the MCU by the time the 3rd season comes around and it won't you won't really care as much, but I have no idea. But I think that is a good point, Terrence. All right, next up.
I don't know. We'll give him a shot.
Yeah,
We'll see. We'll see. Next up, Sean Levy's Star Wars movie taps the Adam Project writer Jonathan Tropper. What is the Adam Project? Is that
The
Ryan Reynolds
movie?
It's a Netflix.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I saw this. It is it's a movie where Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's very much it's a very much a vanity film. But it's Ryan Reynolds he's like from the future, and he goes back in time to help himself as a little kid, right? And like save his dad or some shit like that. It's fine, right? Like it has sort of like Flight of the Navigator, E.T. kind of vibes. Like think about movies like that. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's very much oriented towards maybe like 10, 11-year-old kids. Like I feel like that would be like a solid group would be like, this is really good. Like when you saw Flight of the Navigator, you're like, nigga, this movie is amazing. And then you look at it as a 40-year-old, you're like, all right, this is not that great. So if it's something that's like really kid oriented, then I think it probably would work well. But again, maybe he can pull out something different. But I wouldn't say the Adam Project is some movie like you gotta see. You don't gotta see it. Not even if you have kids. So yeah.
Well,
all right.
Not a glowing endorsement.
Yeah, can't wait for this new Star Wars movie.
Yeah. I'd have gone with someone else, but that's just me.
Tropper is a frequent Levy collaborator, penning Levy's 2014 drama This Is Where I Leave You, and writing the Mark Rosso-directed Netflix feature Kodachrome.
This Is Where I Leave You?
Yes.
Yo, that's a good-ass movie. Have you ever seen that?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good movie. With Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Adam Driver, Jane Fonda. Yeah, like the patriarch of their family dies, and it's about them, like this Jewish family, like dealing with it. It's fucking hilarious. It's really, really
all right. Well, there you go. You were disparaging this motherfucker, and now all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, all right, let's do it."
Yeah, I liked it. It doesn't have a very good score in Rotten Tomatoes, but I actually really liked This Is Where I Leave You. So,
the Adam Project was their biggest project to date, with Ryan Reynolds starring. It was Netflix's number 3 original movie of all time. I don't know what the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean? Right? What does that mean?
It made enough money? What? No, nobody knows what Netflix makes.
Viewership? Did 1 billion people watch it, and it would have made $3 trillion? Had it been in a movie theater?
Yeah, that's the Zack Snyder
fucking nonsense logic that nigga has. Anyway.
You know what's funny? Zack Snyder math makes more sense than Terrence Howard math. It really does.
But somehow less than Steiner math. So it's all.
I mean, Steiner math is actual math.
It's real math. 1 times
it's
1.
Actual math. Like, what the fuck? Quote, if there was any doubt about my fanhood of Star Wars and all things a galaxy far, far away, I've eliminated that doubt, Levy told The Hollywood Reporter. At this time, though, he added that the weapon was not technically a lightsaber due to rights issues. So apparently there was a lightsaber in the Adam Project. Do you remember a
lightsaber thing? Yeah, it's sort of, kind of.
One of those generic ass light tubes that you get from Amazon when your kid likes a lightsaber. You don't want to pay $200 fucking for an official one.
200? No.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. Look, more Star Wars. Are you caught up on The Acolyte?
No, I haven't watched it yet. No.
Okay.
Still thirst trap in the Sith guy?
He's not in it. He's not in this episode.
Boo!
This episode is very similar to a previous episode, the flashback episode, but it's the flashback episode from the Jedi's perspective.
Oh, okay.
So you get the whole picture.
Yeah, good. Let's see what these criminals were up to.
I mean,
Yeah, all right. Good.
they
Well,
were
look, we already-
criminally,
Yeah, all right. Fucking phones, guys. Oh, I know.
which good.
Okay, so
You
this
know,
guy
good.
he's done Banshee and Warrior also for TV, which are very good shows. A
Banshee
Warrior in particular.
isn't Banshee the British show? Isn't it British?
No, I don't believe so. Have I seen Banshee? I may be thinking of something else, but Warrior is good. With the Asian dude in like
Warrior's very good.
1800 San Francisco. Yeah, he created that also.
Yo, that show is incredibly violent. Like, it is insane.
Yes. So maybe this dude is pretty good, and like the whatever project, the Adam Project was. I didn't watch it, so
It was a lark. All right, we'll see. All right,
it might be
next
good. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about Star Wars. So
Well,
there's that.
Brendan Gleeson has joined the cast of the upcoming Spider-Man Noir series at Amazon. This marks one of Gleeson's first announced projects since his Academy Award and Golden Globe nominated turn in The Banshees of Inisherin. Gleeson will star in the series opposite previously announced lead Nicolas Cage, as well as the recently cast Lamorne Morris. Who is this?
It's a black dude.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he was in Fargo. Yeah. Odd name.
He was. I mean, you know, he black. And he was good in Fargo. He was good in Fargo. I like that guy. The show will be titled Spider Noir, and it was formally ordered to series in May. No word yet.
They can't say Spider-Man. That's funny.
That is it, right? Like they just can't say Spider-Man. Oh God.
It's gonna be good.
I wanted to be entertaining.
I mean,
man.
it's Amazon. Like Amazon is usually,
Look. Is there a lot of Spider-Man Noir books? Because if there are, Amazon's gonna fucking crush it. But if they don't got enough books, we're in a world of trouble.
I think they're going to lean heavy into the noir and be a little light on the spider.
That's fine.
Which, you know, I would like a decent balance, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about the bear. We all finished it, right?
Yeah.
All
right.
Anything you want to say about it?
Yeah. All right. Spoilers. A quick spoiler conversation about the bear. Ice Chips is, as you would say, Micah, a sine wave of insanity. That episode is probably the best episode, but Jesus Christ, I'm like, oh, we're doing another one? Fuck. Like, it was just, that episode was clearly the anxiety episode, and it worked. I mean, it's not as insane as the hour-long insanity of the last season, but incredibly creative in how they sort of bring the insanity in and out as she's having the contractions. That was just super bright. I would have ended the season in a slightly different way. That's my only criticism of the season. I would have ended in a slightly different way.
I mean, it's out, right? You should have watched this if you know we're going to watch.
Yeah, if you're going to watch, you would have finished it by now. Type of shit,
right? How would you have ended it?
I would have ended it when he gets the text message or the notification that the review is out. Fade to black. I would not have shown anything. I mean, it was confusing anyway, but I wouldn't have shown anything. I just like him looking down, like, and then seeing like notification. That's enough, and just leave it at that. That's my only actual like criticism of the season. Everything else was fucking excellent. It really was. No notes.
Yeah, this show is this what the This Is Us fans feel like?
We're not crying. What the fuck?
I mean, we were kind of reminiscing about our children being born when Ice Chips was playing. We were watching.
That's why I said specifically that episode. Like it was going to touch different people different ways. I don't have any kids.
Two simp ass niggas at home.
Yeah, she and while we were watching it, she immediately pulled up, all the pictures I took and the video I took of our children being born. Luckily, she didn't have to go into actual labor because complications, but she was more than fine with that because from what I understand, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to deliver a child. Yeah. And she didn't, and
quite literally.
Yeah. And it wasn't like she was, on easy street when they were born, the way they were born. So, but yeah, man, it was fucking touching. And every single episode, like there's no bad episode.
There really isn't.
Napkins was really good. Ice Ships was really good.
Napkins is the one, the job search one.
Yeah, I love the episode.
That's a great episode.
Napkins and Ice Ships are my two favorite seasons.
Yeah, I'm probably in agreement with you. Yeah, they were great.
Because I've been unemployed, and I've had jobs since I was like 15, doing something, right? Like, and it sucks to be unemployed.
Yes, it does.
It really does. And when she was like, yeah, I've done this exact job for 15 years. He was like, great. You sound perfect. Do you have a BA? And I'm like, oh, I've been turned down because I don't have certain credentials.
Right.
And it's just like, yo, I know how to do this. And I get why, in my case, I get why people needed certain credentials because, like, if something goes wrong, they want you to blame. But it just, I don't know, man. That was a really good episode. She did that with her actual husband, like that guy who was playing.
Yeah, they're actually married.
Oh, really? The dude from Dexter?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, the dude Batista from Dexter. Like they're actually married.
And I was happy to see him actually. Like I like that actor. Like he's
I like that guy, man. I like that guy, and you could tell. Like I was like, yo, these people got they got real good chemistry. Like
rubbing a little too up on. Yeah, yo, relax. I'm like, does her husband know about this? Like, yeah, actually. That's funny. I didn't know that.
But yeah, man, those two episodes in particular are really, really, really good. Joel McHale, I mean, Jesus Christ,
that last again, I didn't know it was him. I'm like, is that Joel McHale? Because again, he just plays different characters. I've never seen him play a character like this before.
No, he's always
kick that nigga in his back.
I thought like that last episode where Carmi is like looking at him and all this other shit. I thought Carmi was just like freaking out, and that you were going to discover it was like a figment of his imagination as he's like thinking about all of this history. And then I realized that nigga was really there. I was like, you got to fight this dude. You got like when y'all walk out of like everyone's side, you got to choke his ass out. Like what the fuck? And look, I appreciated like Carmi was so kind of. I found kind of a dead character this season, and I don't mean that as like a negative or like a negative on the writing. Like I understand, like he was just so out of.
He's so laser focused on.
Yeah, he's so laser focused. Right,
trying to get a Michelin star. I'm like, come on, man. You just
yeah, it's been 9 minutes. You just got out of the freezer at the beginning of this season. But yeah, he's so laser focused. So he's kind of, that's actually a perfect way of saying it. Like he's just kind of dead to the world. He's just hyper focused. He doesn't realize he's ruining all of these relationships and everything. But when he finally kind of pulls himself up out of all of the bullshit through the entire season, his one emotional moment is with this guy. And he's like, yo, you caused me to have ulcers. And Mikhail's like, yeah. And now you're great. What the fuck do you want? I'm going to go wash my hands. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, Mikhail's character, he played him super well, man. I was like, I hate this motherfucker. Like, I really do. But he was great. He was really good. People have suggested I forget the guy's name who plays Carmy for Wolverine. I'm not even mad at that suggestion, honestly. I think it's pretty good. I think he could. I think he could pull that off. I haven't seen what was the wrestling movie, the Iron Claw yet, but I hear he's very good in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, it's a great season. If you like the other two seasons, I cannot imagine you wouldn't like this one. It's the classic third season way to write a team, right? Which is the team has fallen apart, right? This is the Empire Strikes Back season, right? Like the idea of the team is all broken apart. Carmen and what's
Sydney?
No, his
Sid.
cousin.
Richie.
Richie.
Yeah.
Like they literally have the only time they talk to each other is when they're yelling at each other, and it's few and far between. They barely talk the entire season. Sydney and Carmen are completely disconnected, right? Like the core team is just spread out everywhere. No one is gelling together really. Because the core team is really Sydney, Carmen, and Richie. Like that, they are, they're the Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America of the series, and just like Star Wars and everything else, once those three characters are broken apart, they have to then find what their problems are, come back together, and then in season 4, you see the team reassemble and fucking get the Michelin star. Is my guess. And look, that's predictable.
Or maybe they don't.
Fine. Or maybe they don't. I mean, this show they might not. Like
They probably won't.
Right.
Considering
But-
the show.
right. But then ultimately though they realize like if they don't get it, then it's not worth it. And that's not, the point is to make great food and do what they do best. But either way, my guess is the fourth season, which has already been filmed, is.
Well, they said they didn't. I don't think it has. Well,
I thought
has it?
I thought three and 4 were the back-to-back seasons.
I think they said they actually didn't.
Oh, okay.
I think it came out that they actually didn't film both back to back. I think.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'm excited for whatever comes next because I just thought this entire season was great. And look, what's her face continues to be an absolute beast every time she's on screen. The mom, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah, she was
She fucking crushed.
completely different character. Whatever she's, and another person that has played a completely different character than she usually plays in movies.
Yeah, I'm like,
she was great.
I wanted to hold her down and just pour fucking Xanax or whatever in her mouth until she stopped going crazy. Like, just please shut up. You're making me insane. Like, here's some Wellbutrin. Take all of it. Calm down.
Oh, they did film all 18. Okay, they did film all 18 episodes. They just split them up into 3.
That's fine.
4.
Well, look, maybe it'll come faster. That's great.
I really love this season. But like when you think about it, it's kind of all Carmen's fault. Like it's because of Joel McHale's character. Like he pushed him so hard, he's become him. So and I like the last episode where all of these other, I'm assuming they're real chefs sitting at the table, kind of telling their own stories, and he's not paying attention to any of it. He's just sitting there staring at Joel McHale the whole time, and Sid is just sitting there listening to all these great stories about how. Oh, there's positive reinforcement. That's cool. That'd be great if I got
wonder
some
what that
of
is.
And again, Carmen is just like doesn't hear any of it.
Nope.
It's like, you fucking dickhead. I found that pretty fascinating that they just and she hasn't signed the contract yet, so who knows?
She got that offer right from that.
From the other dude.
Yep.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, I'm opening this is going to be partially your menu because her menu, like even in the Bear, he keeps changing everything and
he doesn't. He
just throws her shit in the trash.
He can't even. Right, he's so focused. But like, I
wouldn't put it past this show for Sid to not be with the Bear. Yeah, just to leave, and then like we just have like 2 concurrent like restaurants, right? And then eventually, I don't know. I don't know how restauranting works. Like they eventually like go head to head, right?
Like a TV show?
Death match.
Yeah, like a fucking death match. It's just like Hell's Kitchen and shit. The red team and the blue team and shit. And I don't know.
That would
But yeah, I wouldn't put it
that'd be a wild
for-
ending to season 4. They go on Food
This is why I'm not a writer, guys. This is why I'm not a writer.
Has there been a Gordon Ramsay? Has he been on the show yet?
No, that would be that would be
I
fun.
could see him. I could be him singing season 4 in some way.
If Bourdain was
him walking in as the dude that's about to give them the star or whatever.
I could see that.
I don't know how Michelin stars work. Again,
I believe the
tire
Michelin man rolls his fat ass in there and pins a blue ribbon on it.
He's just carrying the star from Super Mario Brothers. Like that's how. That's what a Michelin star is. It's interesting. It does go to show you how good the show is that those real chefs would be on the show, right? Like the fact that they're even on it to put themselves in, even connected to that, like they don't need the money or exposure or care, but they clearly think that there's a level of like care that's done to the show. Also, it's really weird that Will Poulter is just like way too fucking jacked. Like he's just like on the show. Yo, his neck is as thick as his head. Like it's fucking weird. I'm a chef now. Like nigga, no, you're not. Go get out.
Tattoos. A white dude with a bunch of tattoos. I saw something. Remember the guy that was teaching him how to cut up the chicken or tie up the chicken?
To truss a chicken.
Yeah. Apparently, that chef is a real asshole in real life.
Oh, really?
Apparently, he's a piece of shit in real life. But in this episode, he was like the good guy, right?
That's funny. He was like,
funny.
He was like, maybe I can do some acting. Maybe I'll pretend not to be a prick. Like, sure.
I thought he was an actor. I don't fuck what the hell. I guess if you're doing what you love, it's very easy to show him what he's doing, show him what to do on camera.
Yeah,
I can only imagine like the majority of people are actually chefs that aren't like actors that we don't know.
Just cooking in the background. I mean, the fact that the one Fact brother, the one with the tattoos and shit, looks all greasy and shit. He's the one that is.
Oh, he is a chef.
Yeah, he's a chef in real life.
Right. He's on First We Feast on that YouTube channel.
Oh, is he?
A lot of stuff on like Vice and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. I like him. He's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There's our talk about the bear. It was excellent. Villain to the entire movie industry, David Zaslav. I mean, I don't think that's that crazy to say.
He's got an ascot in this fucking picture.
Nigga, that's not even an ascot. Like that's like a gang scar.
Like,
is that a bandana? Is that a
scarf? This nigga's in a gang. Or he in a white gang. Like this is crazy.
What a Tom Ford. Wow.
Yo, Roy button down on. Yeah.
This nigga is so rich. He's like, I bought this bandana for $9,000 after I decided to cancel Batgirl. Like, all right, well, go fuck yourself.
Yo, this picture literally makes me want to punch this nigga in the face.
Yo, he looks so rich.
He's just so smug.
He's just obnoxiously rich.
Come on, they did this shit on purpose. They picked the worst possible.
I mean, in fairness, he probably looks like that all the time.
Yeah.
He can't help his face. International supervillain David Zaslav sees major media consolidation coming. Because you're about to sell fucking Warner Brothers, you dick. Quote, I think probably over the next year or two. Okay. You're going to see some real consolidation, whether that happens from companies buying each other or jointly going after streaming together. I think he's right, but I also think he's one of the people who's going to do it. Like he says that he's really excited about the bundling with Disney and Hulu and Max coming together, and Venu, a sports streaming joint venture with Disney and Fox, set to debut in the fall. Quote: It's really contemporary. It's a really contemporary product, so there will be no channels. When you go there, you'll just be able to see all the hockey, NASCAR, whatever it is you poor people watch. Like you could tell he doesn't know jack shit about like all the hockey and NASCAR. What do you guys do? Driving? I don't get it.
The white sports.
Yeah,
that's all he knows.
Like this nigga didn't say football, like baseball, like the American pastime. He was like, I don't know, NASCAR. I couldn't be bothered. So. Look, I think he's right. I also think he's going to sell WB to the highest bidder, and which I guess is okay, but it's probably going to go to someone who's going to trash it. but it couldn't be any worse than he's already
More
done.
than he's already done. I was about to say, what does that mean?
I mean, I hate to
He's
say
done
it, but
enough
like,
himself.
I mean, I hate to say it. Why don't you just sell it to Amazon? If you're gonna sell it to anybody, and maybe they could like redo their app into your app, like fix both of them. Although Prime is not a terrible app, just Amazon.com is just a fucking mess.
The Amazon Prime web app is fine.
Yeah.
Max sucks. Max fucking sucks. I hate that app.
I never had a problem with it until very recently, and I was like, okay, this is not good. Also, I just don't watch it pretty much at all anymore. Like House of the Dragon, what else?
Every week I try to find if I don't watch House of the Dragon live, I try to find it on the app, and I try to find Last Week Tonight. Like I'll watch Last Week Tonight the next day because I I'm an adult and I have to go to work.
You know what?
It's never on the front page.
No, neither one of them are. It's super weird. You're absolutely right.
It's never on the front page, yo. It's never on the front page. And it's not on the front page when you click HBO. It's not like right there.
Game of Thrones
search for.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is. Last Week Tonight, which I check the Monday after it comes out, is not on the front page.
How is House of the Dragon not? It's their biggest show. Because I opened it and I wasn't paying attention and I thought it was House of the Dragon, but it was Game of Thrones. It was like, okay, episode 1 of Game of Thrones. I'm like, the fuck? Why?
I clicked what I thought was House of the Dragon, and it was actually some House of the Dragon season 2 documentary. That was before the actual fucking show.
It doesn't make any sense. It's bad.
Fuck, like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Again,
like what is it? You were saying Last Week Tonight literally puts the episodes on YouTube right after it airs. Like the main topic of the
main topic.
They wait until Thursday now. They wait until Thursday now because that's what people were doing. They were just like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to watch it on YouTube on Monday. Like, nah, they do it on Thursday.
That's whack.
Like,
so they changed it? Oh, well, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they want to get people, they want to drive people to the app. That's why.
Right. I mean, no offense. I love John Oliver, but like, I just want to hear the main topic. Like, I don't give a shit about the rest of it. Because he does him and his team do a really good job on that. I have Max open right now. I went to the HBO tab. Game of Thrones. HBO for you. Wonka, Madam Web, Game of Thrones, The Outsider, Sopranos.
Web?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The House the Dragon built, right? This is the House of the Dragon, I guess, the shit you were talking about, Micah.
Yeah,
nigga, it's the fifth. It's the second row down, fifth one across is the actual new episode of House of the Dragon, their most popular show. Why isn't it?
Yeah, you talking about?
How does that make any sense?
On the crawl, on the little crawl?
Yeah, I'm on my laptop, so it's slightly different than that. Yeah,
I've got Hard Knocks, and then Silicon Valley. Yo, what?
Yo, no. Hold on. I can beat that. I can beat the silliness of that. On the crawl, Game of Thrones, right? The original series, Game of Thrones, The Regime, Phantasmus.
What is that?
I think that's a new show.
Angels in America from 2003.
Wait, Angels in America about the fucking AIDS crisis?
Yes, the very same. Plastic Disasters.
Christ.
That's number 5. Number 6 is House of the Dragon. Number 6. With dragons in it, my nigga. The documentary about AIDS from 2003, not that it's not important, is number 4? Come on, dude. That's insane.
How do they decide what the fuck they put on the front page? I don't get it.
They don't. They don't. I don't know what the fuck they do, man.
Godzilla versus Kong. Yeah. If you just go to the main one, not even in the HBO one, House of the Dragon don't even show up. It don't even show up. It's not even in the main crawl.
When I
go to Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast that you have to literally search for to even find it. You probably won't be. Yeah, like it's silly, right? Because people love that show, and it's a podcast about every day going episode by episode. It's Susie and what's his name? His best friend Jeff doing episode by episode breakdown of each episode.
Yeah,
You have to search for it to find it.
Yeah, this makes no sense. It just makes no sense. All right, good guys.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. By the way, House of the Dragon, their number one of things streaming only on Max. It's their number one. You wouldn't know that until you scroll halfway down the page. Yeah, dude. Just
why is it not the splash page? Is it not the splash page?
No, that's what we're saying. It's not. It's not on the splash page. Like, you know how it like on the splash page, it'll have a thing that kind of scrolls.
Yeah,
it's the sixth one, dude. It's the sixth one. Angels in America was number 4. For 4. And I know what you're saying. Well, Jay, you're in Mexico. Yeah, nigga, we have House of the Dragon down here. Like, it's still popular. It's still the number 1 show. I'm not even using my VPN. Like, that's fucking dumb. All right, that really pisses me off. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Let's just sell the goddamn company.
He doesn't know. Like, he came from A&E or like
TLC,
the Learning Channel or TLC. What
the Learning Channel, right?
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the Learning Channel.
that is my 6.
I learned. I watched it and I learned that I need to control my caloric intake. That's what I learned.
Well,
why are there so many shows?
1,000 shows telling you what the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, like just why is that a thing? You know, you're just making those people into circus freaks. It's fucked up. So yeah, he says that there's a lot of consolidation going or coming. Yeah, he's right because he's fucking spearheading it. So fuck him. Next up, Paramount's merger with Skydance to test the Department of Justice's tolerance for big media consolidation. Yeah, they should not allow it. I'm sick of this. Like, this is getting on my nerves. Every other week, there's 2 major companies consolidating in media. I think it's a terrible idea. Like, no thanks.
So this is another situation where, and like, we don't really get into politics on this particular show, but like, suppose Trump gets put back in office, this is going to go through easily, right?
100%.
This Department of Justice ain't going to give a fuck, right?
No, not unless they have some faux fucking Christian bullshit of like Skydance showed a boobie on it once or some man's penis because we're a bunch of giant children. Yeah. But this is okay. More media consolidation. Like I think it's a really terrible idea. And look, they very well may be waiting to see who wins the election. I would not be surprised before they start the process. Look, frankly, I mean, I think this is some scumbag shit, but that just makes sense. Like from a fiduciary perspective, it does. Like if you can get it through with the asshole, why not? Get your money, I guess. But you're 100% correct. If Trump is in office, it will definitely go through. Look, I don't have any confidence in Merrick Garland's DOJ to stop it either. Like, why do you guys need to keep merging? This is ridiculous. So I think this basically all comes down to what is it? Sumner Redstone died, and the dude from Skydance wants to basically buy it out. So yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I don't care that the Redstones aren't making enough money. Like, fuck them. They have enough.
It sound like they owned slaves back in the day. Sumner Redstone.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a
I don't like that name at all.
Redstone plantation. I have no idea, or I have no.
I thought we didn't like monopolies in this country.
Yeah, well, that's funny.
I thought that was something we hated.
This country was founded on not being under the rule of a king, and look where we are now, getting ready to be under the rule of a king. Like, fuck.
Yeah, you
get real angry playing the game Monopoly when someone has the monopoly. They just flip the fucking table, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, not only
flip the table of this country right now.
I mean, not only is it heading towards a monarchy, it's like you don't pick Joffrey for God's sake. What are you doing? I mean, if it ended the same, that'd be fine. Yeah. So I think I would hope that the DOJ would actually start to deal with this, but I don't have any confidence from either side, to be honest. Okay. What the fuck? Brought to you by JTD from the Edit That Out podcast. Micah, take it away.
God damn it. Some fucking pop-up came up. At least 5 fishermen have tragically lost their lives, and 3 more are in critical condition after consuming the mysterious contents of bottles found floating in the open sea.
I'm sorry. Can you read that headline again? Can you read that headline again?
At least 5 fishermen have tragically lost their lives, and 3 more are in critical condition after consuming the mysterious contents of bottles found floating in the open sea.
They drank them?
Okay. Who knows what the... Here's the thing.
Nah, yo, come on.
Don't feel sad. I don't feel sorry for these niggas. I don't know where it happened. China. But I don't feel sorry for these motherfuckers at all.
No, this
mysterious liquids.
No, this feels like you had this coming. Like, here, why would you do that? You want to drink it? No. The fuck?
I dare you to drink it.
This is off the coast of Florida. This feels like a Floridian situation.
No, this is not off the coast of Florida. It's actually off the coast of your people's home country, India. This is Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan Navy recently reported that at least 5 fishermen have died after consuming an unknown liquid from bottles they found while at sea, around 320 nautical miles from Tangale, a town on the northern coast of Sri Lanka. It is unclear how many of these mysterious bottles were found floating out at sea, but a Navy spokesperson told journalists that they contained some sort of alcohol. The bottles were shared amongst the sailors of the fishing vessel named Devon, or Devon. Devon.
Yo, it's Devon, my nigga. It's Devon, yo. Like, get out of here. That is the absolute proper pronunciation of that. It's Devon.
Do foreigners just name stuff like after American names?
Yeah, it's like when Americans get like Japanese tattoos for power and like the kanji and shit, they just like Devon. That sounds dope.
Before long, some of them started feeling sick, despite receiving rudimentary assistance on the boat from Sri Lanka Navy medical personnel. At least 5 of the fishermen have died, and another one is in critical condition. Unfortunately, the crew is believed to have shared the mysterious bottles with other fishing boats. Yeah.
No, yo. I'm good. Don't ask me what I drink there. Get the fuck out of here. No. I'm not drinking just random liquor out of the water. Like,
why?
But it's that's how alcoholics are, right? That's how people who drink alcohol are, right, Jay? You see a drink, you pick it up, and all good day, you'll be fucked up, right? Like,
that's exactly how it works. Yep. If I see a bottle of liquor just on the street or in a puddle, to be a little bit more accurate, I'll just drink it. That's sure. No, you don't know what that is. It could be gin, it could be whiskey, it could be The Rock's piss, right? He pees in glass bottles. You don't know what it is. I guess it would be empty if you found his, but no, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Don't do that. What, like, wasn't there a story of like somebody ate like some old Mr. T cereal they got on eBay and they immediately got sick? Like, why would you do that?
What the fuck is wrong? People. Okay.
Some people don't have any natural predators, man. They really don't. They don't have enough. All right.
The tragic incident prompted protests from the coastal town where the families of the dead sailors blame the Sri Lanka. I'm gonna skip over Tangale. I think it's Tangale.
That's what it looks like.
I don't know.
Good
enough. They blamed the Sri Lankan Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources for the incident.
No, that's not.
No, don't do that. You don't get to do that. You got some dumb fucking family members that decided to drink sea liquor, whatever the fuck it's called.
Sea liquor is wild.
Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan authorities have been scrambling to prevent further deaths due to the mysterious bottles. Yeah, but it's not due to the bottles. I hate to be like a pro-gun advocate and be like, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But like, nah, yo. The bottle didn't do it, yo. The bottle didn't do it.
The bottle didn't hop out of the water and force itself into your mouth. What are you talking about? You decided this seems like a good idea.
You decided to drink that shit. That's crazy.
You don't need to put you don't need a warning for this. It's like, life is a warning. Don't be this stupid. Like, come on.
Oh man,
that is
all right. Yo. That is that is a shame.
I don't feel sorry for these niggas. I'm sorry, I don't. you drink random liquor out of the sea. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's your own fault.
Okay. Of course. Rare medical case proves that eyeball bee stings are unsurprisingly no joke. Because of course not.
What?
Are they common?
Who knows?
Did someone find it funny that it had to be clarified that it is not a joke?
Right. That seems
In one of the world's few medically documented cases, a man from this place was stung by a bee directly in the eyeball and had to endure some serious consequences. Of course he did. Most people dread the idea of getting stung by a bee anywhere on their body, but imagine having one of those buzzers in the eyeball, blah, blah, blah. Fortunately, that was the experience of a very unlucky 55-year-old guy who reported to the emergency room with severely deteriorated vision and pain in his right eye after being stung by a bee in the eyeball 2 days prior.
In the
2 days? 48 hours later, you decided to go to the hospital? Okay.
You know.
That should happen.
And we're a bunch of coverage.
You got to take it.
I mean, I don't have anybody tomorrow. I'll just rock with it. Nah, yo, like, nah. I just sent you guys an image I created. I want to see your thoughts on it. Yeah, that's a big no. By the way, I didn't tell it to choose the race of the people. That it chose. ChatGPT decided to pick the race of those people in that image.
Oh well, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm not waiting. One, I'm not waiting multiple days. Two, no, just give me an eye patch at that point. Like, does your eyeball swell up?
The patient told doctors that he had gone to the hospital immediately after getting stung, and doctors there had extracted the bee stinger and sent him on his way.
Oh, it was still in his eye? Jesus fucking Christ, come on.
They hadn't done a good enough job, and a piece of the stinger remained embedded into the man's eyeball.
Nah, this dude had his face right in the hive. Like, yo, this don't happen. He was just walking down the street innocently. He tried to fuck that beehive. I guarantee you this is what's happening. This is in China, isn't it?
No. It's not China.
I'm gonna say I'm just gonna insult a country that we never talk about. Burma. Oh, excuse me, Myanmar. But it'll always be Burma to me.
Isn't that
no, it took place in Philadelphia.
No, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Well deserved.
He got the stinger taken out, and a piece of it stuck in his eye. His eye was swollen. Inspecting the man's eyeball with a slit lamp. I don't know what the fuck that is. That sounds terrible. Oh, a microscope with a bright light. Doctors were able to identify the problem. A sharp stinger fragment right in the border. Yeah, they got a picture of his eye too. Ouch.
No, thank you. Yo, the stinger still.
Man's condition did not improve right away, but Shoshani and Syed, the two doctors, reported that at a 5-month follow-up, his vision had improved to 20/25. As for how the man managed to get stung in the eyeball, details are unknown. It's probably some sex act or something.
Yeah, here's the beehive. I wonder what's in there. Nah, yo, you weren't walking down the street minding your goddamn business. You tried to put your head in that fucking thing, and that bee was like, "Yo, I need you to back up," and you didn't. And now look at you.
Yeah, bees don't just sting you, You can walk through. They don't just fuck with you as long as you leave them alone. They don't like. Now, if it was a wasp, them niggas is assholes.
Yeah, wasps
Bees
serve
don't really
no
fuck with you
purpose
like
but to be dicks.
that. Right? They're just assholes for no reason. So yeah, he was doing something.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he was
I'm
doing
not. I'm
something.
not buying that. This is
Oh, of course. A Philadelphia person doing something they weren't supposed to, being a dickhead, being an asshole. Yeah, absolutely.
believe it.
Yeah, that. I don't like eye shit.
Yeah, no
ATD,
thanks.
you asshole. Yeah. So he got stung in the eyeball by a bee.
Oof.
How the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't make any sense.
Look, I wasn't there, but you definitely deserved it. 100%. Stand by that. All right, my story. Foot model sells wine from grapes crushed with her bare feet for, if you had to take a guess, how much in the hundreds of dollars, or I'll just say less than $1,000. How much is a foot model selling bottles of wine with her feet juice in it? What do you think?
Feet juice. How long is it? How long is the wine aged? How long do they let it age? Because like if she's just squishing up the grapes,
Nah, she's just squishing up the grapes.
Nigga, that's just grape juice, nigga. like that's not wine.
Well, I mean, it's probably they threw some sugar in there to get that Kendall Jackson fermentation. I'm a bit of a snob there. Yeah, how much do you think per bottle?
Weirdos that like feet wine, $550.
Micah,
because
you don't know how alcohol costs.
I don't know how much alcohol costs. So
average bottle of wine, $15, $12.
An average bottle of wine is $15.
$12.
For some reason, I thought wine. Was like super expensive.
Way more expensive.
It can be,
yeah, because it's like it's fancy beer, right? Like it's uppity liquor, right? Like it's supposed to be
fancy beer.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you are a fucking teetotaler to your fucking end days, my friend. God damn.
Like I thought a bottle of wine on average. No bullshit. I thought like a bottle of wine on average was like $70 to $80.
No wonder you thought I was rich. What the fuck? Like Jesus Christ, $80. Now I've had an $80 bottle of wine, but that is like a special occasion. That ain't on a Tuesday.
All right. So if an average bottle of wine is $15, if an average bottle of wine
for most people that's considered a good bottle.
A good bottle of wine is the price of a Chipotle bowl, then I guess normal feet wine would probably be like closer to what I was thinking a bottle of wine would cost, right? Because you got to pay for that labor, right? You got to pay for the labor, you got to pay for the time, right? So you got to pay for like the equipment. So if this is an OnlyFans,
yes,
I'm assuming that the OnlyFans model has their own like bills and shit that they got to pay, and they got to compensate for however much OnlyFans charges them. So I will say
20%.
A bottle of feet wine is like $654.
Oh, you guys are shooting high, or maybe she doesn't know her worth. $130 a bottle, by the way.
$130 a bottle.
But by the way,
that's how much I thought a bottle of wine is, yo.
Yo, but no one. You're like, wow, you guys are rich. I'm like, nigga, this is like $15, like $20, like a $20 bottle of wine. Most people would say that's really expensive. No, $130. No, fuck off.
Get some Taylor Port for like $1.99.
Like for a fucking 3-gallon jug of it. Yeah.
Right. What was that wine that we were talking about last week that we know? Malort?
Yeah, that's like a liquor. Apparently, like Cam was like, yeah, that's like from Chicago. He's like, it's a joke. It's disgusting. Nobody likes it. Like it's a fun. No one thinks it's good. A foot fetish model has launched a limited edition wine made by crushing grapes with her filthy ass feet and selling it to her idiot fans for $128 per bottle. The 30-year-old claims she was contacted by a London-based winery, Renegade Urban Winery, about a collaboration wine project because of her expertise in footwork. Yuck. The name of her wine, Simp Wine, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Simp Wine. She should also have one called Pay
Oh,
Pig.
my God.
That's pretty good as far as I'm concerned. All right, where is this taking place?
Well, you mentioned London.
Oh shit! God damn it, I did.
So
I give it away.
England.
I'm assuming it's I'm assuming it's somewhere in England. Specifically.
There is a picture of her. She's an attractive woman. I don't like. I'm not a feet guy. Like,
What the
Good for you.
feet do though?
ugh. No, don't touch me. Like, yo, I've seen like porn. I'm like, oh, this is a good video, and then like they start touching the dude's dick with their feet, and I'm like, click off. Like, it really bothers me. Like, don't do that. You're ruining the moment. Like, you're really fucking this up. So yeah, I'm not a fan of any sort of feet anything. But yeah, you can buy Simp Wine. So
Oh, she got a website.
y'all buying it? Or?
Simp Wine. Simpwine.com. Grapes pressed by the feet. Don't go like if you don't like feet.
Oh, is it all over it? Nah.
Well, no, not really. Like there's like a video of her crushing one.
Nah.
Grapes
Nope.
are-
I'm good. Yeah, I believe you. Nah. No thanks. I'm not paying this guy.
Yo, look at her logo, yo. It is a
big-ass
drawing
foot.
of a it's a drawing of a foot, yo. Like you can look at the logo. Look at the logo. Like you can look at the logo. It's
Yeah, the foot. The logo.
Oh, come on. Yeah. This is so silly.
$100.
yo, this is even her logo on her foot looks ugly, yo. God damn. Like this is
Go touch
This is
grass.
weird.
Go touch grass, guys. Like you don't have to pay this woman $130. That's insane.
ooh. Yeah, this is not all right, yeah, I'm uncomfortable with that. That little video. I'm uncomfortable with that. I'm uncomfortable with that. I don't have a foot thing, but like I do have a foot thing. Look. I'm gonna say this here and not on black cinema. Okay.
All right, I'm about to mute. But go ahead. All right, we'll see. All right.
The turn of phrase. Oh man, they really put their foot in this.
I don't like that
Right.
shit.
I don't care for it, yo. I don't care for it.
I don't like it.
I don't care for it because
I don't understand
like
that phrase.
I don't
Put your foot in
you
my
know,
food, nigga.
Right. Like it just
Yeah, I don't care for that turn of
Gross.
phrase. I really don't. It's gross.
it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross.
Oh, grandma show up with her feet in it. I don't
Like,
want it.
Did she? But trash. No.
Yeah, like big mama, your arm. Like, nah, I don't want it. Yeah, please don't ever say that around my food. It's disgusting to me. All right, trailers this week. First one up is Agatha All Along. Obviously, jumping off of WandaVision. I think it looks fine. I'm not blown away by the trailer by any means. I'm interested to see where this all lives in the MCU. That's the best I could say about it at this point.
I don't know if I'm going to watch this. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to watch this. I might give it one episode. And if it doesn't like really grab me, just because I'm not into this, I'm not into like witches and shit. So I like Aubrey Plaza. I like Catherine Hahn, but I don't think this is meant for me, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not negative on it. I'm not blown away by it. So, next up, F1 trailer This is the upcoming Brad Pitt, Desmond Idris movie, which I think is pretty cool. That's a good salt and pepper team for Formula One. Look, this is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who did most notably recently Top Gun Maverick. And he also did Oblivion with Tom Cruise, which I didn't think was a very good movie, but it looked great. And I feel like Joseph Kosinski is really good at spectacle. Like maybe not the best, like deep, incredible stories, but really a fun time. So this looks great. It's got Javier Bardem, Sarah Niles, Tobias Menzies, and of course Desmond Idris and Brad Pitt. And it's about Formula One automobile racing. So,
yeah, this looks cool. I want to see this.
Yeah, this is a big screen one for me. Like if you watch Formula One Drive to Survive on Netflix, like I can't imagine you wouldn't be into this. And there's a couple of like real Formula One people that are actually in this movie. It's produced by one of the producers is what's his face, Lewis Hamilton, who was obviously a very famous F1 driver. But the movie also has like a bunch of people in F1, who are going to be playing themselves, which is kind of dope. Lewis Hamilton's going to be in it. Max Verstappen, who are the two biggest names, and a bunch of other people don't really know. But yeah, all these racers are going to actually be in it themselves, playing themselves, which is cool. And I was just reading the Wikipedia, like Pitt and Idris, they both drove like modified Formula 2 cars in the movies, in the movie, and they had to do it like as a test to even like be in the films as well, which is kind of dope. So
I think
say again.
I didn't know there was such thing as Formula 2 cars.
Yeah, those are the lower ones. They don't go as fast.
I think if the movie has a lot of these like POV shots in it, I think those shots are interesting. Really get you into, really get you low to the ground and really make you like feel it. Then I'd probably see it, right? Like, cause that's what you go to the movies for, right, to experience stuff like this. Yeah, look, if y'all say it's good, maybe I'll watch it. Yeah. But
look, I know that they're not involved, but like, man, the people who do the work on that Netflix show, like the way they edit those races is fucking incredible. Like they have like in the cockpit views and shit like that. Like hire them, consult with them, because like they are really, really good at it. And so yeah, this looks dope. I mean, I'm just thinking about like Top Gun Maverick, where they showed all the cockpit stuff, and it was pretty dope. All right, do that. That's fine. If you want to do these type of movies, I'm this looks fun. All right, and last but certainly not least, the trailer for Gladiator 2, starring Brooklyn's own Denzel Washington, and Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal as well, picking up just a number of years after the original Gladiator, also directed by Ridley Scott. So I think this looks great. Really, really good. Thoughts?
I want to see Denzel Washington. I'm the nigga that would just want to see it for Denzel playing himself. It looks cool. It looks like a lot of other stuff that I've seen, like that has come out over the last 20 years since Gladiator. Which is,
that will be that's his biggest problem, is how many people have tried to copy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It looks fine, but again, like the sticking point for me is Denzel Washington. Well, not the sticking point, but that's the draw for me.
Yeah,
because I just want to see him play himself in Rome. It should be hilarious. Everybody else is putting on fucking British accents and shit like that. Nah. This nigga just walked out his front door to pick up the mail. Okay.
I mean, look, he played a Scottish king in Macbeth, and I actually really like that movie. So,
Yeah, he was a good Macbeth.
So, yeah,
I laughed at that too. The shit was fucking hilarious.
Right. Like, I get it. It's funny.
Yeah.
My wife wants to see this now. All of a sudden, she literally sent me a message, as if I don't talk about this shit every week, letting me know
Did you hear about this?
we need to add this to our list of movies. Yeah, look, it looks like Gladiator, and I think, like you said, one of you, I can't remember, but it's been such a long time that I hope this movie doesn't feel derivative, because like all of the other films that have come out might feel a little derivative of the original Gladiator, right? Like right now I'm getting a Troy vibe, you know what I mean? And I don't want this to be Troy. Right?
No, I mean that was certainly not as good as Gladiator, but I didn't hate Troy. That had some good fight scenes. I'll give him that.
That was Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and
yeah,
or was it the other movie?
No, she wasn't in Troy, was she?
No, Brad Pitt was in Troy, right?
Yeah, Brad Pitt was.
So what was Angelina Jolie in? What movie am I thinking of?
I have no fucking idea.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Setting wrong.
Like a sword and sandals movie?
Yeah, am I tripping?
I think you might be tripping. Like I don't remember her in any.
Wasn't she in one of these movies?
She was not in.
Oh, maybe she wasn't. Okay, I don't know what the fuck movie I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was Eric Bana versus Brad Pitt, and he fucking murdered that dude. It was fucked up. So mean. Brad Pitt was a fucking asshole in that movie.
Brad Pitt didn't change his accent. Take it, it's yours. Like what the fuck? Like yo, what the fuck, Brad Pitt? Like
yeah, he don't really change. No, he don't do accents either.
No, he don't do accents, man.
When you get big enough, you're like, and this is how this historical character talked. You know what? All right. Achilles had that accent. You know what? Cool. Whatever. We don't have a recording of it. You're right. Yeah, I mean, look, you know, besides Denzel, which I agree is a draw, it has a really fucking good cast. So yeah, I'm interested. I don't know much about Paul Mescal, but you know, Pedro Pascal looks really good in this as well. And that dude from Quiet Place Day One, he's also in this. Who is going to be the Human Torch? Are you still trying to figure out what the hell movie you're talking about?
Alexander, that's what it is.
Oh, that was
with Colin Farrell.
That was not good.
That movie. That's what
that was not good, yo. That was not good.
Sword and Sandals.
This don't look that bad.
No, like I don't think it's look bad at all. Like Sword and Sandals movies are really kind of hard to pull off because, like, I feel like a lot of times they want to have the grand scale, but like they don't want to spend the money. And I feel like Ridley Scott's like, I'm Ridley Scott, and they're like, all right, here's the money. Like they got a rhino in this shit, like at least a very well CGI'd rhino that clearly has killed a person because it's got blood all over its horn. So I'm excited for that. Also, look, just keep the level of violence of the original. The violence in that first movie was fucking insane. So yeah, cool. I'm here for this.
All right, more. I never thought we needed a Gladiator 2. Like it seems like this is a parody. You know what I mean? Like or like
an SNL
this
skit?
idea. Yeah, like this idea has come from like a parody movie or from an SNL, like a 30 Rock. Someone from 30 Rock, the show would come out. You know what's a good idea? Gladiator 2.
Yeah, like an Always Sunny sketch.
Yeah, like Lethal Weapon 5.
Right,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Like, no, but we're really making this. Like, it was 1,000,000 years ago. You made the first one. Like, no, we're really doing it. So, yeah, and he cuts some dude's head off at the end, just like Maximus did. Yikes. So, was this November 22nd? All right, that's perfect. That's great. My wife doesn't think she's seen this one. Good. I'm going to be like, no, it's not violent at all. Let's just watch it. Oh my god! He just cut that guy's head off, and that won't be the last. All right, that is it for us. We will see you guys next week.
See
Take
ya.
it easy.
Bye.